A few episodes ago, Grayson walked in the sunlight for the first time in 400 years. He felt things that he hadn't felt in all of that time. He felt human, and he's become intoxicated by it. He now has this freedom that he hasn't had. And in this episode, you got to see the consequences of that.
You're playing with fire. I'm well aware of my needs. I've been cursed with them for over 4 centuries.
He chooses to give up drinking blood, hoping that the combination of that and walking in the sun will allow him to recreate the humanity that he's lost.
Why do you abstain from blood? Did you think I, of all people, wouldn't notice the symptoms?
Your infusion has changed me. I feel reborn. A man, once more.
He's basically kind of deluding himself at this point. He has tasted sunlight. He's felt its warmth on him. He's felt his heart beating in his chest. He thinks he's better than he is.
You deceive yourself. There's no cure for your hunger. You will always be its servant.
And he thinks, you know what, I really don't even feel like drinking blood. The thirst has completely left me. I'm becoming human. And I think he's deluded himself into thinking that process is actually occurring, and it's wishful thinking on his part.
But it comes with some terrible consequences as he grows increasingly weaker and puts himself in positions where that hunger might endanger those he loves most.
He wants to be something, and so he thinks through sheer strength of will he can make himself that thing. And sorry, but the world doesn't work that way. He needs to feed, or he'll have bad effects on him.
What in the world are you doing here?
Sunshine. It's a rare treat.
By becoming more human, it holds out the promise that maybe he could be together with Mina. Then what he had dismissed as impossible suddenly becomes possible and even more painful in a way. And he realizes how far he is from human.
Forgive me.
The Order of the Dragon has been decimated already by what it is that Alexander Grayson has been doing to them. And they know that Jonathan Harker works for Grayson.
Oh, and Winthrop,
Yes, sir.
perhaps it's time we brought in young Harker.
The whole order is tasked with trying to compromise Harker. Hey, here's a guy, if we can turn him, we'll have total control or at least access to Grayson.
Well then, Harker. Now we have London's attention. Very soon we'll have the world's.
Maybe they can get Jonathan Harker to feel a bigger allegiance. Maybe Harker is turnable enough to join the Order of the Dragon, so they give him an invitation.
Join us, Mr. Harker.
Dracula is playing Jonathan, and Grayson knows that Harker's in so deep that he no longer has to sustain this artifice.
You'd have me play Judas.
To bring down a false messiah, yes.
In a sense, he kind of underestimates Harker. He thinks Harker is completely harmless to him, but Harker, actually, as we see as the story unfolds, can do quite a bit of damage.
Help us to win this holy war once and for all.
Once Lady Jane realizes that her guy has got a serious love for Mina,
What could you possibly desire that is not already yours for the taking?
she goes after what he loves. But she doesn't go directly to Mina because that would be too obvious, and women are much more manipulative and much more clever than that. So she goes after the best friend.
How would she feel to be let down by the one she loves?
That would be a terrible lesson indeed.
So Lady Jane teaches Lucy the art of manipulation and seduction under the guise of the 5 senses, and she teaches her how to take what she needs from Jonathan Harker, and she tries to slowly destroy the friend, and that's her way in, and that is how Lady Jane is going to start her turn from the good to the evil.
Off for a little nip, were we?
There are only 3 episodes left, and it becomes very interesting because then you see Van Helsing really snap. You don't want to miss that.